your book that I'm so excited to get, A Wealth of Well-Being, a holistic approach to behavioral finance, just covers so much. You mentioned a financial advisor, and Meir, so much of it is, get into a fund, get into a bond, do this stock, have this percentage be this much. Where is your mortgage at? Are you saving for your kids' education, et cetera, et cetera? All of that is important, but talk about the nuts and bolts and logistics of that versus the bigger picture of a way of relating to money. Is it a tool? Is it a means to an end? Is it a vehicle for you to access experiences or provide for your family? Talk a little bit about that.
So again, money, of course, is important. It opens doors, it opens opportunities, but you have to ask yourself what it is about. And so some people, for example, are very good at saving. They're conscientious. Now, that's a wonderful thing. I'm conscientious, okay? And so I've accumulated a fair amount of money. The difficulty comes when you get to my age, and I'm in my 70s, and there are people my age now who find it really, really hard to let go and begin spending and enjoying their money, spending it on themselves. Or if they say, I don't care for a cruise around the world, spend it on your kids, spend it on your family, spend it on the community. All of these things that bring you joy, bring me joy. And what I found was that somehow my kids watched me and Nava, and they have learned. And so my younger daughter, we helped her buy a house. It required a lot of renovation. She wanted to put vinyl windows. I said, aluminum clad windows are better. She said, Dad, they cost double than vinyl windows. I said, what do you care? I will pay for it. She said, no, it's still too expensive. Well, eventually she did put in aluminum clad window. But of course, it tells me that this girl is balanced, she is mature, she is thoughtful. I don't hesitate to give her money gifts, because I know that she will use it as a cushion rather than an opportunity to waste. And she is living well. It's not like she is miserly. Neither are my wife and me. That kind of balance is really important. Some people are get to be misers, tightwads. Some people are spendthrifts. Sometimes tightwads and spendthrifts are attracted to each other and get married,
That's right.
hoping to change the other.
Yeah.
Well, these marriages are not very likely to be very stable, because one is going to try to control the other, one is going to resent being controlled. That is not a good recipe for a happy marriage. And so you can see how those things matter, and how I learned from my parents, I learned from other people, I learned from reading about other people and how it is they handle money. And I then think about what it is that I'm doing. And I'm saying, Meir, now that you have enough money, it is time for you to change your saving habits and spend on what matters to you, whether it is, again, family, or whether it is charity. And so we have established, for example, an endowment at my university, Santa Clara, to support the research and teaching of my colleagues in the department.
It's, you've covered so much: dating, marriage. It makes me think, in my case, my mother became a widow relatively young with 4 young children. There's divorce, and, finances affect all that stuff. You have parents, you have grandparents, you have grandchildren, even friends that are involved in one's finances, and everything kind of moves around. It affects our education choices, whether it's a private school K through 12 or universities. And you had mentioned, whether in your case of your marriage years ago, there's different cultures and how everybody relates to it all.